You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to make a change, they want to make a difference, but still stuck in the same phase. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to chase a bag, but stay at home and nag. Then when you ask them what they need, they say less talking, more opinions, no prayers with division. You ask me, y'all need to focus more on revision, rely less on television. How you want a future, you have no vision. This world is just like fiction. What we need is more talking, less opinions, more prayers with no division. Before you come up with a conclusion, giving people false illusions, pick up a book, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a ditch making history. Division in religion isn't working. The only way to show God our faith and love is through our actions. Our convictions is the only thing that really unite us. One God, one nation, different beliefs. There's words that can't fly with the wind. There's insults that are not violent. Meanwhile, while you're home to them, they're killing you on the inside. If I was to tell you that I didn't hurt, I would be lying. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that there's truths that lie, especially when they're telling you that they're indifferent? Getting shoved to the side because you're different. There's a hug out there someone didn't receive today. Probably because of what was said about them yesterday. Probably because of the way they was dressed today. Not realizing that the one that they hate could be the one that saves their day. But you know what? Thanks to them, it's another day in history where you get to flip the pages to your book and speak your story. And Lord, it's unholy. But you know what hurts the most? As I walk down the street and I see how easily we're divided. When we all should be united. One body, one mind, one soul, a million talents. Lord, without you, we're all divided. Forgive them, Lord, for they don't know any better. They don't know that there's someone out there that loves them. Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble day. This y'all shorty Racheal, and I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast. And you know, when it comes to the podcast, we talk about it all. But today, listen, man, a shorty is not feeling that good. Like, these antibiotics got me a little. I messed my foot up like a week or two ago, and I was walking around with a broken toe, caught an infection on it. So I've been a little down. So I'm going to be on here. I just wanted to, talk about blessings, Reyes, blessings, antisocial, blessings, Anita Sweet, blessings to everybody in the chat. But I am feeling like shit. But listen, I'm on here. I know that everything that's been going on, a lot of people, listen, I know a lot of people don't know about a lot of stuff that's going on, but I'm just a little curious. How is it that the whole world be having, their faces stuck to their phones, right? And they don't know about the news that's going on, the government, the stuff that's going on in our schools, the problems that we're having with the banks, the money, the crypto, all that stuff. Thank you, Anita. Thank you. I will listen, man. It's just that antibiotics, me and antibiotics don't get along. Them Jones make you feel like you're sick. But it's the only thing I'll take because I don't take painkillers. I don't take none of that. So I'm gonna rock this pain out. And I've been doing that. I've been going to work. I've been rocking the pain out. I've been dealing with it. Listen, man. There's no way in hell you can get me to take these perks. I'm not gonna be sitting here popping. Listen, when I first found out what was in perks, I'm sitting here. I'm like, listen, man. Motherfuckers out here that are popping perks is getting addicted to opioids. And all you're doing is just taking heroin into your system a different type of way. Listen, get mad at me, hate me. A lot of people gonna hate me for what I just said, but it's the truth, man. I don't want heroin in my system. So I'm against taking opioids, but that's me. Everybody else's opinion is different. What they take, what they do, that's on them. So I'll deal with my pain just as it is. Same way, listen, when I gave birth, I dealt with the pain of the C-section, and I dealt with the pain. Listen, I gave birth two ways. I gave birth natural, and I gave birth with a C-section, by C-section. And I'm telling you that giving birth naturally is the best way to go. I don't like the C-section. That keeps you in bed. Like, I'm not the type to be bed bound. I have to do something. Like, I have to be occupied. So that bed bound shit, I'm not with it. If I could just push naturally, listen, I'm with that. And I pushed a 9-pound, 4-ounce baby, 21 and a half inches long. Was it? 24.5 inches. Oh, my bad. That was my firstborn at the age of 17. Then the other two were C-sections. And when I tell you, listen, they both painful. Either way, they both painful. One, it comes out through the stomach. The other one comes out through the vagina. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. Like, they both painful. It's just that one is more dangerous than the other. They both dangerous, but one is more dangerous than the other. But anyways, back on topic, y'all. I've been observing everything. Like, and the other day I did a live on my way to work, and I was, I had put a Papa Doug video. I've been listening to everything Papa Doug's been putting out there. I've been listening to the bloggers that are speaking about, everything that's going on, this government shutdown. I gave my perspective, and I told everybody, like, I don't know about y'all, but at the end of the day, if y'all really, if y'all really talking about y'all want something, y'all need this done, I think this is the time for all of us to stand up and really unite. And I mean, stay united. Like, for those people that don't want to be a part of us bettering ourselves, us being a better America as they call it, listen, y'all could stay to the side, do y'all, be outcasted, whatever y'all want to call it. But at the end of the day, listen, man, there's so much going on, the schools, everything. I gotta do a live, but I think I'm gonna do it for next weekend. There's these articles about the private schools and the stuff that's going on with our private schools. They're involving race and much more. The other day when I spoke about these issues, I told y'all, like, listen, I don't see color. I don't see the color of the skin. I see the person for who they are, for how they think, what their brain works, the way their brain works, the way their heart works. Like, I don't see somebody for the color of their skin. Never did, never will. And even though I know racism exists, and even though I know that we're to the point where that 1%er wants us to be at a race war, that's why I put that Tom McDonald song on the other day, and I hope that a lot of people didn't let that song pass over their heads. But that man speaks the truth in his lyrics. We're at war with each other, yo. And what's crazy is we are ready for war if it came, because we've practiced so much on each other that it's not even a joke. Yo, we've practiced so much on each other. We got assassins out here in the hood that call themselves assassins, call themselves little ninjas and whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, they must stay targets. They out here shooting, but they shooting grandmoms, grandpops, they shooting babies in cribs, they shooting little kids watching TV. Like, come on, man. They miss their targets. You got little kids out here hustling. And I've seen them baby faces in these corners. Like, I'm sitting here like, yo, back in the days, a real hustler, a real, a real gangster, whatever they wanted to call themselves, wouldn't have let these little young boys out here trap this coke, trap this heroin, or trap this weed, do none of this shit out here. Trap these pills. But you got baby faces out here. And no, it's not that they in their 20s looking like they 15, 14. No, I've seen it 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds out here talking about weed, talking about they got pills, they got this, they got that. Like, yo, I'm sitting here like, yo, what the fuck? Where the fuck is your mama at? Where the fuck is your daddy at? We got too many people hating what the next person wants. Yo, I said it the other day. If they manage to do this government shutdown, who do y'all think? Who do y'all think is going to affect more? Us, the government, or the third world country? It's going to affect us in the urban community. It's not going to affect the third world country. It's not going to affect the government. The government's still going to be working. They're out here still sending this money out to Ukraine and all them other places. When we out here, we need it here. We need the resources here in America, here in the United States. But when we talk about situations like this, people out there getting their feelings, people out there getting their bag. You know what's crazy? Like, hold on 1 second. I hope I'm in the right. Oh, yes, I am. Let me put this on because what I'm about to say Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder for purpose such as criticism, parody, news reporting, research, and scholarships and teaching. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this video or any video including the Writers for Life Brings You to Let's Talk About It podcast do not reflect on the opinions of y'all shorty Racheal and the members of the Writer for Life podcast. Everything we talk about is allegedly and is our opinion. Our videos are not recommended for minors. Everything we talk about and do is meant for educational purposes and also entertainment. Please keep in mind that the majority of our videos are for educational purposes only. This world is crazy. I would say shady. Ironic, right? Nowadays, you can't trust no one. When you do, niggas be having their panties all in a bunch, thinking that they own one. Saying the things that you accomplished in life is theirs and that you owe them one. All right. I hope that y'all can hear me, right? But I don't know how many of y'all watch Papa Duck. And I'm going to be very honest. I agree with him on this video. Y'all ever seen that movie, They Clone Tyrone? If you paid attention to this movie, that's how I feel. And I gotta watch what I say when I speak on here. So this is why I'm speaking like this. I had to take a couple strikes for me being real bold out here, for me being real raw. But at the end of the day, listen, they ain't shut my channel down. So let's see how this goes. But I want y'all to hear Papa Duck because I agree with him on everything that he says on this video. Y'all haven't signed up to Papa Duck? Yo, go check him out.
With another informative ass video, man. Trust me. Listen, if you haven't seen the movie They Clone Tyrone, I suggest you watch it ASAP. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I want you to understand is that Tyrone is you. You are the clone. And if you pay attention to this movie, I told y'all these people are studying us. This is what they do. They collect data. Data is more valuable than oil. Oh, before I go any further, this video is sponsored by Granddaddy's Secret Sauce. Listen, this is for you barbecue lovers. This you can call and order it. You can go to understand that. I told y'all, Amazon, all these things, they are not smart. They just know what you're gonna do before you do it based off the data. Now, if you watch the movie, you'll see all the different things that Black folks use near and dear to their heart every day. And I'm gonna talk about all these different things. The first thing I want to talk about in this movie, right? That they brought to our attention is religion. They use the church. Yes. And I told y'all, bro, religion is one of the things that as Black folks, they align us with prayer and wishing and hoping and asking.
And y'all hear me say all the time, I don't have a religion. I believe in God. I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe in what people say. None of the above. I believe in God. Nothing more, nothing less. Get mad at me, hate me, say whatever y'all want. But I have every right to believe in what I believe in. And I don't believe in what a lot of people believe in. Yeah, I do got hope. Yeah, I do got faith. I know maybe there's beings out there. I'm a little, iffy about that. I'm not sure. But I don't think it's aliens. For sure, I don't think it's aliens. If anything, we the aliens in this planet. But look, listen. Could there be other beings out there more powerful? Yes. But at the end of the day, I don't go by people's stories. I go out here and I do my research. I'm somebody that stands for something and falls for nothing. So if something doesn't make sense and I can't comprehend it, I'm going to ask questions until you can, make it make sense. And it's crazy that we've had the truth in front of our faces. We've had it. The truth has been told to us through movies, through shows. And I know the movies and the shows be exaggerated, but if you pay attention, like in this movie, They Clone Tyrone, there's clues and there's messages there. There's clues in this movie that are explaining to you what they're doing. And I feel as though, listen, Papa Duck is right on this. Like, I want y'all, before he continues to talk, I want y'all to see this real quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if it's this one. Now, there's somebody on YouTube. Shout out to this person. I'm about to tell y'all who he is. So shout out to this person. So I like the way they broke down the movie. So I don't have time to do this because y'all know I'm on a mission. I'm on a go. So hold on one second. I'm about to show y'all this. Shit, I know I'm on a mission. I got a whole goal to accomplish. All right. So this man on YouTube broke this down. And guess what? I agree with a lot of his points on here. A lot of his points.
They Clone Tyrone is a movie every black person needs to see. Why? Because this movie is about you and what they are doing to us as a community. We are the clones. They put these movies in our faces for a reason. It's time we wake up and see the signs. Let's break down this movie together and find some of the hidden truths they revealed to us. The story revolves around three characters. We got Slick, Fontaine, and Yo-Yo, who just happens to uncover a nefarious government scheme. The movie starts off with a regular day in the life of Fontaine. He's a typical drug dealer in the hood. He spots a rival gang member selling work on his block and runs him over. This decision will come back to haunt him later on. After he goes to the local food mart to play the lottery, he loses, of course. The lottery is one of the biggest scams, yet people still buy it religiously right after.
I always ask that question, right? Like people spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single day on the lottery. It's a game of chance. He says it's a scam. I still say it's a game of chance. Like it's only once in the blue, and it's crazy. A lot of people hit. That's crazy. Like they lucky. I say lucky. Like y'all is really lucky when you hit constantly on this lottery stuff. But I noticed that a lot of people gamble their life away just buying scratch offs and playing lottery, and they don't win not one penny. And knowing that they don't win, they still constantly put that money in to see if they'll hit one day. That's crazy because you know what I call it? I call it I feel as though like they still got hope. They got faith in it. So I give it to them. I give it to them.
A homeless man says,
but to me it's rigged.
It's in the water, young blood. This was no ordinary homeless man. He knew something, the truth. We'll see him give hints of what's really going on throughout the film. Later.
I want y'all to peep how he said it's in the water, young blood is in the water. And we've been warned our whole lives about stuff being in our water.
A homeless man says, it's in the water, young blood. This was no ordinary homeless man. He knew something, the truth. We'll see him give hints of what's really going on throughout the film. Later that night, Fontaine is plotting his revenge on the other rival gang leader, Isaac, when he discovers he's short on money. Money that Slick owes him. Slick is a pimp and has plenty of women working for him. Yo-Yo is the number one. Fontaine finds his way to Slick and forces him to pay his dues. One thing I took from the film early on is that it suggests that in the hood, everything stays the same, and this is happening across different periods. So, the exact
it's like a repeating cycle. How in the world do you break this cycle? And that's something that I talk about constantly. See, when people ask me, what is it that I want in life? You know what I want in life in reality? I want to be able to break free from the chains of society and be who I am really meant to be. But it is hard when you got so many toxic people around you to try to break free from them chains of society. You would have to really exclude yourself from so many people, throw away all the toxic people in your life, and at times you end up alone. And that's crazy because when you're alone is when you really, really know who is really there for you. That's crazy.
Year, date, or place where the film takes place doesn't matter because it would all stay the same. Look at it this way. Although the film has this 90s or 70s vibe, it also happens in modern times. Characters are using smartphones and talking about block.
Fact, when I first saw this movie, I thought, I'm like, I was stuck. Is this like in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, somewhere around there, 70s, 80s? And then I'm like, damn, it's like they got the modern phones and they got modern cars and this goddamn. But I get it. After I watched the whole movie, I kind of like, maybe I'm wrong, but everybody got their own opinion, their own concept, their own perspective, their own conclusion.
Blockchain.
Blockchain. That's right.
and Barack Obama. But we also see characters using flip phones, wearing baggy clothes, and outdated decor. And all of that is there by design. It is meant to create a cognitive dissonance by confusing us about the exact time. The director improves the sci-fi storyline. That's because the government cloning conspiracy feels quite complex and manipulative, and this is something that could be pulled from various decades. After he gets the money he came for, he is cornered by Isaac and his mans.
I'm saying that y'all heard about the stories our whole lives about there being clones. We've seen the stories about people wearing masks. Y'all heard us, even the Biden situation about somebody walking around with Biden. Y'all seen, y'all heard the story. Many of y'all didn't hear the story about when, the situation with Kanye West, when there were allegedly clones walking the streets. So could this be true? Could that not be true? It's always been a theory. It's always been a mystery. Me, in my opinion, I believe that over the lizard people. Me, I don't believe that there's lizard people underground. I know that there's an underground. I know that shit gets done underground. Like, I know about all that shit, the dark web, all that. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that there's lizard people underground. No, I don't believe that there's little tiny blue, tall blue or gray, pink, purple. No. Maybe I'll go as close as if y'all want to say the Bible, everything in the Bible is true. I'm not saying everything is a lie because, listen, but it's a story. That's why I keep telling everybody, listen, I believe in God. Nothing more, nothing less. The Bible to me, those are stories being told by people in time. Half of them could be true. Half of them could be lies, the same way that it could all be true. But at the end of the day, there are stories being told. Like, I do want to know where I come from. But at the end of the day, I want to know the truth. I don't want to know halves. I don't want to know he said, she said. No, so I'm going to do my research and I'm going to look through them history books deep as shit before I talk. So maybe, listen, if y'all want to go from aliens and other beings being out here, maybe, listen, if the Bible is true, then what y'all call UFOs could be the fallen angels. What y'all call, certain things could be certain parts of the Bible coming to life. Listen, maybe. But we're not going to get to that because when we talk about the Bible, people get in their feelings. So that's going to be a topic for another live when I'm able to really talk about certain stuff like that. But we're talking about the clones. Like, in my opinion, yeah, the clone situation is real. We know about the AI robots. There's cops, AI robot cops, AI robots out there that are cops. New York City already has them. I'm not sure about Philly. I think I'm not sure. I think they do. But there's a whole lot of cities out here that are already using the AI robots. We got CGI. We got all this stuff out here. We made a couple lives straight for a couple days straight speaking on the AIs. What would y'all do if we had to, sit in front of an AI judge and, be defended by an AI lawyer and judged by carried by 12 jurors. Like, listen, this is crazy. This is the time where we all should be united. But blessings, Blue. How you doing? But we're so divided to the point that all I see out here is people hating, people being greedy, people lusting, people just wanting to kill. Y'all ready for war, and I'm hoping that y'all ready for when the war comes to us. That when we're in the middle of war, we don't got females or males in the middle of that war talking about yo, that's the nigga right there. He slept with my shorty. Yo, bitch, come here. Look, man. Shit, I fucked him too. Like, imagine, he owed me $5. Boom, 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 boom. We killing each other right in the middle of fucking wars. We all drop like freaking flies. That's the fucked up part about it, yo. Like, we cannot be that slow. We cannot be that freaking slow. We cannot be sleep like that. Like, I see people walking down the streets acting like they don't know what the hell is going on. I'm like, damn, like, is he sleepwalking? Is she sleepwalking? We've been talking, like, I've had people right next to me, and we've been talking about shit that's happening. Government shutdowns, the teachers quitting, teachers, doing this. What's happening in our schools, what's happening in the school board meetings. And they're like, oh, you hear what just happened in the news? They just said that the meat is fake. And y'all buying it? No, we've been talking about this for months. Y'all the ones that are blind. Y'all the ones that I don't know probably got something wrong in y'all. Like y'all either missing y'all ears. I see them attached, but I think even a deaf person can hear better than you. I hope that don't get over some people's heads. And I'm sorry to say it like that. But let's listen to this. I gotta answer the door real quick. Listen to this.
Who shoots him on the spot. Fontaine dies, but somehow wakes up the next day. He has no wounds, no stitches, nothing. It's another typical day in his life. That's when Fontaine stumbles upon a black SUV. He sees a resident getting kidnapped in broad daylight. He then talks.
Hey, if you haven't watched the movie, I do apologize to y'all. But listen, spoiler alert throughout this whole thing. So I do apologize for those of y'all that did watch the movie. There's a reason I'm using this as an example today.
To Slick and Yo-Yo about it, and Slick's version of events leaves Fontaine speechless. At this point, Fontaine is going crazy. He honestly can't believe he died the following night. He has to get answers. Together, they track down the SUV and find a deserted house. Here, we see an elevator, and with everything that's been going on, they can't help but check it out. All three of them hopped in and took a ride down. Now, this is where things get really interesting. They arrive in a mysterious laboratory with "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" by Michael Jackson playing in the background. As the doors open, they spot this white man with an afro. They immediately snatch him up and hold him hostage. While down there, they find a white powder that looks a lot like cocaine.
Yo, that shit. But you know what's crazy though? I've seen a lot of people do what Jamie Foxx is about to do in this movie. And curiosity, now this right here explains. This right here what really explain to a person if they don't understand what somebody means when they say curiosity killed the cat. Like, yo, you don't know this little powdery substance could be anthrax, but you sitting here touching it and playing with it. Like, yo, I just wonder why people do that shit. Like, I really do wonder. And this right here is the perfect definition of curiosity killed the cat.
But it isn't. Just powder that has them laughing uncontrollably. But before you know it, things go south, and they accidentally shoot their hostage.
But before we keep going, I want y'all to see how this part right here. Do y'all remember the craze that just like we went through? Like I think it was a year ago, a year and a half ago, almost two. That little crazy phase that was happening where people was ordering Popeye's chicken, and it's like they was getting hooked to the Popeye's chicken, like they was addicted to that. Yeah, keep watching.
They are leaving. Fontaine discovers something interesting. His dead body from the night before. I'm not gonna lie, the staff worker caught me off guard. But we later found out that this was all one big experiment to turn black people white, and the staff were the failed experiments because our hair was too stubborn. Hence, that's why he has white skin, but with black people's hair. But it makes me wonder, what really happened to Michael Jackson? And is this movie telling us something? Just think about it for a second. The very opening scene of the movie showed three black men arguing, one claiming to have seen Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, huh? Yeah, guess who I seen at the dollar store? Who? Tupac.
I'm dead ass serious, bro. Listen, man, the man working the day shift is a piggly wiggly over on MLK, man, on God.
Then, when the trio first discovers the laboratory, Michael Jackson's music is playing in the background. I think there is something there, but we'll save that for another video. After they escape, the trio goes to a local fast food.
I looked to see like if Michael Jackson was gonna pop up or something because they played it. They really did play it, but it's just crazy. It's a clue, and I haven't figured it out yet on that part. But I got the substance part. Like, yo, that little substance part is crazy because it reminded me when they had bought out the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and everybody was going crazy. They was killing over it. They was fucking, yo, people going to jail over a Popeye sandwich.
Food joint and order some chicken. They quickly discovered that the chicken is not just delicious, it is also making people start laughing uncontrollably. That means that the chicken is drenched in that white powder they found in the lab. On top of that, it's being served by another white man with an afro, another failed experiment. It shows that everything is connected, and they are all working for them. This reminds me of that Popeye's fried chicken sandwich craze from a few years back.
Fistfights, car crashes, even a murder. Yeah, this is going to sound pretty ridiculous, but all of that is over a chicken sandwich.
Some people are losing their minds over the newest offering from Popeyes.
It had everyone going crazy wanting to try it. The thing is, it
It
wasn't
was even that
good.
good, yo.
Why were people
Real
so hooked?
shit.
They are clearly showing us that they are putting things in our food, but it goes much deeper than just our food. The water, the food, the drugs.
Remember when the guy in the beginning of the clip said, "It's in the water, young blood, is in the water." Growing up, I heard a lot of old heads say, "Yo, be careful with the water. Do this with the water. Do that with the water." To the point where I even had old heads say, "Listen, man, you can't even boil this water because you got chlorine, you got pills, you got all this stuff on the water that if you boil it, it has certain counter effects, whatever, blah, 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 blah." The only water that you could boil is if you go out there and you get it from, I guess, the lake, the river, wherever you get it, that you have to, but it's crazy because this right here is telling us a lot. And the crazy part is that the person that directed and produced this movie is young.
Juice, beauty products, and the music are all designed to keep us in a trance. The film focuses on the Black community and how the stuff made in the lab keeps people in their simulation.
This is the construct. It's our loading program.
It appears that this government scheme is massive, worse than they could have possibly imagined. And it turns out there's an entirely different world under the Glen, one that's highly organized and extensive. The trio sees countless experiments that involve food, music, and lighting, all sorts of products people use in their daily lives. It is obvious these are all hand-picked people from the Glen. The one that stuck with me was the scene with the music. At first, two men were fighting while some violent hip-hop music was playing in the background. Then they changed the music to some loving R&B music, and the two men started hugging. Don't let this go over our heads. This clearly shows that the music we listen to.
So that's a fact, though. But it's true, though. Don't let this get over your heads. But they've been talking about this for years. The frequency in the music, the beats. I don't know how to really explain it, but that'll be a topic for another live. But they do say that with the frequency of the music, I think, how is it? It goes like they can manipulate, brainwash you. But it's crazy because they say the more violent the song is, the more violent the person that listens to the song is. How can I say, the sad the music is, the more sad the music is, like the
music predicted their actions.
Their actions, yeah. Like if it's
they
depressive
play the kill
music,
song, they would kill. They play the love song and the hug song, they would actually love and hug one another. So basically what they did was they tried to find a modification within the chicken and the powder they used, the ingredients, to control people's emotions and their actions and their thoughts. It was another form of mind control that it was on a vast majority scale.
Kind of like the movie Get Out, but different.
That was more hypnotism.
Yeah.
This right here is.
But there was another movie.
Right,
we watched the movie that.
This right here is being force fed, unintentionally known to the public. See, it's a new ingredient in the recipe that everybody's saying, "Oh, this got flavor. This got flavor." Everybody loves flavor, not realizing that this new recipe is what's causing everybody to demise. As soon as everybody ate the chicken, they started laughing. They started having a good time. Even the one person out the whole movie never ever laughed. That's why I was like, "Look, pay attention." Even Jamie said the same thing. He's laughing. I never seen you laugh in my life. You always so serious, no matter what the question may be. You always so serious, but now all of a sudden you ate this piece of chicken, you laughing. That's not you. You see what I'm saying? Then that's when he's like, wait a minute, something ain't right. Then when they seen the second him, they confirmed his suspicion.
It's just crazy. Like, I don't know about y'all, but it feels like we're going through a whole experiment. And it's been told to us. Throughout the years, all this has been told to us. I want y'all to pay attention how one movie details everything we've kind of been through.
Is destroying us, causing us to be more violent and kill each other. For us to change, one of the first steps is changing what we listen to on a daily basis. Once the trio figures out the complete scope of the experiment, or at least it appears that way, they were.
But it's true though. Like, have y'all ever heard of like I used to be told, like, you put something on positive, you'll wake up positive. You put on something positive before you go to bed, listening to something positive music, not something that is sad and is bringing you down or bringing you bad memories. Put something positive and you'll wake up positive. But I don't know how many of y'all have experienced it, but it's kind of true. Like in the mornings, I want to listen to something that's going to motivate me, something that's going to, make my day go better, not something that's going to have me already to the point where, by the time somebody comes and they already toxic, both of us gonna be bumping heads and coming at each other like, nah. That's why when people are like, you listen to rap, I listen to certain rap music. I listen more to the lyrics. I don't listen to all rap music because not all rap music is worth listening to. If it doesn't have a message, I don't want to hear shit. I don't give a fuck if it's rap, hip hop, R&B, soul. Listen, whatever it is, it has to have a message. If not, I'm not listening to it.
Turn to their everyday lives, but they are now convinced that their places in society are predetermined and controlled by some mysterious figures. They've been programmed to do things a certain way. This revelation weighs heavily on Fontaine. He thinks his role as a drug dealer is intended to ruin his hometown and flood it with violence and drugs. This creates the perfect scenario for the men in black to conduct.
But what's crazy is that that's what everybody has grown to think, that we have to go out here and sell drugs or make a rap song to make money. When in reality, we all got skills and we're all good at different things, and we can get our money without having to sell drugs, without having to do none of that. The problem is that a lot of us made the wrong decisions. A lot of us thought we had no options. A lot of us were put in a predicament where we were left with no options at a young age, which means we should have had our parents there backing us up, bailing us out when the time was needed. But we didn't have that type of support, a lot of us. And I'm not going to say everybody, but if the shoe fits, wear that. But we all got options. We all got choices. Hold on one second, guys. What he was that?
Their experiments of mind control without anyone getting in the way. Later, Fontaine sees Slick, who seems to have withdrawn emotionally. In the meantime, Yo-Yo has been battling the underground group. She is bent on exposing the whole thing in the papers, since she wants to be a journalist. Collecting and showing such evidence to the public could jumpstart her career. She collects the evidence, but before she can post it, she's kidnapped by the black SUV. Slick gets his charm back, and together with Fontaine, they look for Biddy. She is the local gossiper who knows anything and everything about anyone. She tells them that Yo-Yo was indeed kidnapped. This forces the two to team up with an unlikely ally, Isaac. But Isaac kills Fontaine again and gets cloned. The clone Fontaine wakes up and continues his life as he normally would, while the real Fontaine wakes up in a strange facility. It turns out that Isaac was on board with Fontaine and Slick's idea and didn't really kill Fontaine. He just created the perfect opportunity for Fontaine to enter the control room. Once down there, we see scientists using perming cream on Yo-Yo's hair. It appears to be some kind of experiment. But when these people
Now, watching all this, let me ask you all a question. How would y'all feel if one day y'all was to wake up and find out that y'all was just nothing more than just a part of an experiment to somebody out here? How would y'all feel if y'all was to wake up one day and out of nowhere you die and then you wake up and it's like nothing ever happened? And you come to find out that, you know, that you've been cloned, that you're not even really you. That everything around you has been nothing more than just a lie. Because, you know, growing up, they've talked about clones, they've talked about all this. And I've always wondered, right, robots can't feel blah, blah, blah. But allegedly, this is made with your DNA. A clone is made with your DNA, right? And it's supposed to have all your memories once they transfer, or I don't even know how they actually do it, because sometimes the person is actually here. So they have so many ways on saying how they put the memories into a clone, because it's crazy. Because when you're dead, how do they transfer them memories? But I told y'all I saw a show on I think it was Freeform, and that's a topic for another live too. I got a lot of lives coming up, so hopefully I can get them done. But I want y'all to see, like, look, listen, whatever is coming is coming. We don't know if it's going to be like this. We know the robots are here. We know clones exist. We've heard about it our whole lives. And if you still sleep and you're like, oh, no, that's not true. That's just nothing but a theory, blah, blah, blah. No, clones are out there. There are actually people out there that have, you know, made other clones of themselves for whatever reason. But if y'all haven't seen this video, go watch it. It'll explain a whole lot more. But just imagine, like, imagine in the future, right? Your future self, sit here and just clone themselves to try to better our city, and just, you know what's crazy? Let's watch it so that y'all can understand a little better. Because I want to break it down, but there's certain things I want to say, and I know that I got to say it like this so y'all can understand me, but YouTube is going to strike them.
Think that Yo-Yo has fallen unconscious.
Like, just imagine, I'm sorry. Imagine you waking up tomorrow and finding out that you was nothing more than just an experiment. Finding out that where you're living at was being used to be, just imagine.
She gets up and takes off her wig and knocks them out. Meanwhile, Slick is ready for some action. He gathers the whole hood and decides to turn the tables and raid the underground lab.
Excuse me, kind sir, but if you could point me to the elevator that leads down to the freaky laboratory.
That's when they come across a remarkable revelation. Countless clones of people they know, including themselves. Fontaine comes face to face with the mastermind behind the operation. Turns out to be an older version of Fontaine himself.
Let's just call it
Now, I want to pause it right here. Do y'all remember Resident Evil? I'm not sure if it's Afterlife or Resurrection, but she actually meets the older version of herself, her real self, and finds out that she's not even real, that she's just a clone. She's real because, the blood that comes out of her body is real and everything. And she got clones from this person. They used the DNA. But the original person was the one that made her. And that shit would be fucking crazy. But you're sitting here telling a story about how you wanted to help the world, and it turns out that you're doing nothing more than just fucking the world. Trying to roll a good one.
Marriage of convenience. I'm the lead geneticist of this operation.
Now, here, we didn't get an exact reason as to why the villain did what he did. That's because the movie barely delves into the older Fontaine's backstory. So, it leaves little exploration of what led him down this path and why he conducted these experiments on his own community, even on clones of himself. We do know that he claims his motivations stemmed from the pain he endured when his younger brother was tragically killed. It turns out that the police indeed killed Fontaine's brother, but the actual incident was much more horrific than the memory he gave to his latest clone. This is, basically, his brief origin story. Because of this tragedy, he became a mad scientist. The actions of the older Fontaine span several generations. He has secretly attempted to dilute black ancestry, methodically isolating specific genes to create a predominantly white population. This unsettling revelation, exemplified by the lab tech and a few other white characters with black hair, echoes the disturbing historical reality of genocides that aim to eliminate the black community. For example, the North Carolina Eugenics Board once pursued a similar goal. They sought to eliminate African Americans through sterilization and selective breeding. For over 4 decades, the eugenics program sterilized almost 7,600 people by force, most of whom were black. According to academic papers, this wasn't just a coincidence. It was designed to breed black residents out.
North Carolina moves toward compensating victims of a sterilization program that lasted more than 4 decades.
The film inadvertently touches on the dark and complex issue of racial self-hatred. It presents a black man as the apparent mastermind behind such a scheme. And instead of blaming the police for the murder of his brother, he blames the skin for being black. But it doesn't delve deeper than that. It just leaves it to our imagination. Then we see that the young Fontaine has another trick up his sleeve. He uses the Olympia Black phrase, which triggers the guard clone to do whatever they say. He uses this opportunity to kill the old Fontaine and get away alive. This, to me, feels like the biggest plot hole. Can anyone who says the phrase control the clones? Why didn't it control young Fontaine as well? Is it that efficient in controlling an entire clone army? The point is,
the crazy part is, what was it that he said? The word that he said controls Olympia, yeah, Black Olympia. The person who says it is the one that controls the other ones. It doesn't control the person who says it. That's why I was like, wait, I'm lost. So basically, whoever says the word is the one that ends up controlling all the clones. That's why he didn't get cloned. Like, you really have to pay attention to this movie, exactly like they said.
Trio saves the day and frees the clones. The news gets flooded with reports of naked people running across the street.
And what what's amazing is just how quickly residents of the Glen have rallied for help. We've got folks out here giving out water, food, clothes off their own backs.
While it appears to be the end, it is not. In the last scene, we see a person who appears to be Fontaine and going through his daily routine, much like what he did when the movie started. When the random black guy is later watching TV with some of his friends, and the naked clone story pops up, we see another clone that looks exactly like him. His friend looks at him and asks, "Ain't that you, Tyrone?" If this is not a cliffhanger, I don't know what is. This is where the movie finally ends. To me, the clones are a metaphor. They depict how white America tends to view black people and their culture. They accept them only if they conform to a whitewashed version of themselves, to be more appealing and acceptable to the dominant white society, so that they can get access to power, comfort, and money. Also, the clones symbolize how white people keep the power in balance by deliberately subjecting specific black communities to poverty and oppression. This movie had a brilliant ending. I like how it challenges us to think outside the box and what it could all mean. Among the clones, Fontaine represents the group designed to maintain the neighborhood in a bad state. He is there to make sure the authorities turn a blind eye to what's going on behind the scenes. On the other hand, there are other clones, like the light-skinned black individuals in that exact same neighborhood, who embody the idea of assimilation. The thing is, I've seen a lot of movies that make black people appear hopeless or have little impact on the main story. Then, we also see this one black hero that defeats everyone, but we rarely see the people come together, where we all are heroes and we all are doing our part. I think that this is an important message to take away from the movie as well. We are not supposed to feel weak or helpless. We are supposed to be out there coming together and fighting for what we believe in. The film takes place in a fictional neighborhood, but the problems people are facing there are far too real. This film led us with a lot to think about and ways to be interpreted. With that being said, let us know.
And that's a fact. This film actually shows a lot of the stuff that we're going through nowadays. And nobody's paying attention. Everybody just expects for the world to, I don't know, it's like they're expecting a Superman to come and save them without realizing we're the ones that got to get up. We got to make that stand. So that'll lead us back to what Papa Duck was saying.
Or asking and hoping. You see the difference? Think about it. I told y'all, when you let another group of people, right, control your religion, control your food, control your language, control everything about you, the first thing that their maker asked them is, how was your business skills? So their religion is aligned with their business. Our religion is aligned with prayer or asking and hoping. You see the difference? Think about it. I told y'all, when you let another group of people, right, control your religion, control your food, control your language, control everything about you, you are a part of the herd. We like a herd of cow, right? And when most people see the herd, they follow the herd. What that does, most people go to church because everybody else going. They don't even know why they going. Most people eat or wear this, or they go here, they do this because everybody else is doing it. It's called herding. It's a real word. Look it up. When you become a part of the herd, that means you forfeit your personal beliefs about whatever it is. If it's religion, if it's clothes, whatever it is, you forfeit your personal belief to align with the herd. That means you can't beat them, join them. And they used the church. They showed that as one. Secondly, they used what was it? They used perms, showing the women in their perm, and they have perm in the salons and stuff. And I told you, man, once you, like I say, women wear, and it's nothing, I'm not gonna say nothing wrong with it, but I'm just giving you, when women wear makeup, they can't. No, not one woman can tell you who told them to wear makeup.
Nobody.
Who told them to wear hair?
We just want to look at somebody we look up to.
Okay. No one told them that. They did that off what they saw in society. Same way a
That's it.
child see you opening the door, they see that you turning this knob. Eventually they'll start turning it too, because they see that when you turn that knob, that door open. And this is what happened to a lot of us. Again, hurting.
Hey, that's a fact. I agree with Papa Duck, because I always told people we're not born knowing how to lie, how to cheat, how to steal, how to kill, how to, look at people by the color of their skin. This is something that is taught to us. This is something that it is, put in our brains. This is not something we're born knowing. This is something that is passed on to us. So all this that's going on, at the end of the day, listen, it's just us following. We need to be leaders if we actually want to do what we have to do when it comes to this government and everything around us. If we want a future for our kids, we need to stand up and be leaders. We need to stop being followers.
Think about it. Who said wear makeup? We mimic what we see. And they put this is why they created TV. This is why they created billboards, magazines, and influencers and movie stars, because you starting to see these people do this stuff, and it trickles down to us. Then ask yourself, where did you get it from? Most people don't even know. But think about it. And when we do those things, we getting further and further away from our own identity. There's nothing wrong with wearing your makeup and your hair. Nothing wrong with that. But also understand that don't get so caught up in it. Like most people can't even go to the store without lashes, and they can't go here without don't get that caught up in that. You are a beautiful person with or without that shit. Trust me when I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another thing that they used was food. The chicken that they was eating. Black folk love chicken. Look how they marched and lined up for chicken when Popeyes, when they had that whole little. See, that's a perfect example, right, of this movie and how they study us. You have to watch this movie carefully, because we are Tyrone. We the clones. You understand me? And they're using everything that we use every day. Liquor, same thing. You have to understand, bro, our conditions ain't because we're stupid people or dumb people.
Those of y'all that have been watching me, those of y'all that are subbed up to me, those of y'all that have been rocking out with a shorty, know that when we was talking about the AIs and all that stuff, I had talked about my bad, hold on one second. I had talked about hold on, because I just threw myself off.
You understand me? And they're using everything that we use every day.
Yeah. All right. When we was talking about the AIs, there was a chick there talking about the data, the analytics, and the statistics about how they go on. Her job is to sit here and observe the people, the chats, and everything, what they talk about, the lives, all that on social media, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It doesn't matter. She observes. She watches the analytics on what we do, like whether it's positive, where it's negative, whether what they're talking about. And that's how they get to the conclusion, of what people like. Like your phone right now, they was talking about how your iPhone, you can have it turned off, right? And down, facing down, right? On the table in your whole conversation, Androids too. You can have a whole conversation right here, and they already know through this conversation what it is that people like, don't like, what they're going to do, what type of music, this. I could just keep going. Yes, they can hear it through the microphones, through your through all smart devices. The lady actually confessed it. So it's like that episode of Black Mirror. Jane is awful, something like that. That one episode where she was trying to figure out in her life, this one chick was trying to figure out what was going on in her life. How is it that her life was being told on a series on Netflix and stuff like that? And then Salma Hayek was on there, and Salma Hayek didn't even realize, because allegedly she was dyslexic in there, and her lawyer was doing everything for her. She signed, he signed the contract, and gave her image over to Netflix to use it to, do whatever. So this chick went out. They was listening, to her. They was watching her and everything. She went out and acted a fool in public. And Salma Hayek was the one playing the role of everything that this lady was doing in her life. But this lady couldn't get it for the life of her. She couldn't figure out how is it that they knew everything that she was doing every day. How is it that they knew that when she took a shit, when she was texting, how she was texting, who she was texting, who she was talking to, what she was saying, everything. They were listening to all her conversations, and they made a TV series out of it. So everything she did every day that same night appeared on a Netflix series show. And that's crazy because that's actually happening. And we're not even peeping it. You don't notice that when you're having a whole conversation about something, you could be talking about Target, you could be talking about little models. When you go to Facebook or you go to Instagram or you even go into your Google, what you were just talking about is what these ads are playing. But maybe I'm the only one that's woke. Maybe I'm the only one that's woke. That's why, listen, man, my new t-shirts, shout out Dej Loaf, because I got this because of Dej Loaf. Real shit. Those of you that are asleep, stay the fucking bed. Stay in bed. Because everything's out there. It's in our faces. The truth is there. We see it. We just don't care. It's like Papa Duck said on one of his videos. How many cheeks do you got to turn? How many cheeks do we got to turn? How many times can we give a blind eye? And this is my favorite phrase because I came up with it. How many more caskets do we got to build that are no bigger than 3 feet to lay underground? How many more tears do we got to shed because another child died? How many times do we got to scream? Like, right now, my son's godmother is going through it because she's trying to figure out how can she talk about, she wants to talk about the situation. She doesn't even know how to. Like, I talked about it on my live. I did it on one of the lives that I recently just did. Not so long. I'm not sure if it was 2 weeks ago. Listen, I know I did. I talked about it when we was talking about the teachers and the drugs and all that. Well, recently, there's a school here in Philadelphia called William Dick. And in this school, a child got caught with a teacher got caught with child pornography. On that live, I asked, I said, damn, y'all only send out letters to these parents. And some of the parents came out and they put the letter and they posted it on Facebook. That's the reason why some of us know about what happened in that school. But here's my biggest question. Y'all only send out letters. Y'all didn't even give it out to the news so the news could, bring awareness or anything. And if y'all did, the news didn't care enough to post it on TV or on social media so that other parents or more people could find out. This is the reason why I say it. This is a teacher going into this community where this school is at every day. So this teacher is not just interacting with the students in the school. This teacher is also interacting with kids around the community, saying hi, bye, how you doing to kids that are walking in and out that community when during the lunch break. You don't know if they do have their lunch break in there. You don't know if they go out for a lunch break. When they coming out of school. Listen, there's so many theories I can go about. There's so many ways I can say this that I can get y'all to understand. But without me having to go into a breakdown of certain things to get y'all to understand, y'all should understand where I'm coming from. Why wasn't there more awareness brought about the situations? Like, y'all tried to keep it quiet. Y'all tried to sweep that situation under the rug. And this is something that should be talked about more. Why? If this teacher got caught with child pornography, how do we know that this teacher didn't come in the mornings, probably 7 o'clock in the morning, on his way to school, and take pictures of whatever kid they saw in the community on their way to school? We don't know if on his way out of school, he took pictures and videos of kids around the community. So let's make it make sense. But you know what we want to still sit down and do? Because what's crazy is I'm stuck in the middle. We're stuck sitting, twirling our fingers, waiting for things to be handed to us. Instead of us standing up and speaking out. Instead of us standing up and speaking up. instead of us standing up and doing what we have to do. Too many people say we need this, we need that. But you know what's crazy? Y'all bringing down the people that are out here actually speaking up and standing up, that are actually fighting for different types of causes. And y'all are cheering the people that are toxic, the people that are killing, the people that are bringing other people down. That's what y'all doing. Because when you look at it, the people that are out here talking positive and bringing awareness and trying to help the community and that are giving are not looked at as much as the people that are out here acting fools, that are out here acting ratchet, that are out here acting like clowns. Those people get the attention. The people that are out here bullying other people. But you're supposed to be against all this stuff. This is what I'm seeing. Y'all not breaking no chains. If anything, y'all in it. Y'all right there chained up and the chains are getting tighter. Y'all are suffocating, choking because y'all being followers. Yeah, a lot of people's going to get mad. A lot of people's going to ignore what I'm saying or let it get over their heads. But when is it that more people are going to speak up? When is it that more people are going to stand up? And I keep saying, and I sound like how can I say it, a broken tape recorder. Papa Duck is speaking facts when he broke down they cloned Tyrone movie.
Liquor, same thing. You have to understand, bro, our conditions ain't because we're stupid people or dumb people. It is because we don't control nothing. We as black folks are the only ones that do not have our own nothing. The Black Wall Street we had, these folks burned it to the ground. They rented planes to fly over the top to drop fire down on it, and the people who survived were shot. Come on, man, you got to watch the story. Again, all this running on our ops and all this old other bullshit, boy, you don't know who your ops is, homie. The same people that got your mama paying bills and stressing and, you know, catching strokes and all kind of crazy. Them the motherfucking ops. But through music, which was another thing that they use, through music, they get to us. Music is one of the most deadliest things to us because, for one, it attacks our youngins. The children are the future. You got to understand, if they get to your children, that's another 30 years, right? Once you get 30 years or older, they done had you. They own to the next. That's why they go in generations. The devil was a musician. This is why I stopped doing the type of music I was doing, because at that time, I too didn't know no better. But now that I do, all my new music is different. You could change a person's vibration through music. Why you think when they...
Y'all heard me just say that a minute ago. That's a fact.
Pass the collection plate around, they go to playing those songs that get you in your feelings. Why you think they got rid of R&B music? R&B talked about love, compassion, togetherness. Nah, we want to get y'all Megan Thee Stallion. We want to get y'all Suki with the good coochie, the city girls. All this shit is doing is indoctrinating the youngins to do that same shit. You will never see them sign a Jewish rapper that's going to talk about doing these things to Jewish people. Think about this, people. This shit ain't no rocket science, man. The only reason we're in the position we're in because we're not, for one, we don't own nothing. I'm going to say it 100 times. When you don't own nothing, you don't control nothing. You cannot change the narratives in people's mind because people are wearing Italian designers' clothes when the older Italian folk don't even like black people.
Thank you. Yo, shout out to Papa Duck, because listen, a lot of people's too scared to say that shit.
They call us spics and shit. We promote and support people that don't even fuck with us,
when we should be supporting people that are here with us. You got motherfuckers out here starting businesses straight from the ground, straight from scratch. And they're asking you, you're supposed to be their friend, their family. Yo, just show me a little support. You don't even got to buy nothing. You know, you got your social media is popping. Like, yo, promote me on your channel. I don't got time for that. But you got time to do all this and do that and do this. But your homie asking you, you got time to spend money on that Chanel, on that Gucci, or all that, on them Jordans, on that Nike. But your homie's asking you, support me. Your family member saying, support me. But where you at? Knock, knock on the door. Where you at? You don't got time at that moment, but you want to be there when they up. And you want to talk shit when they want to sit here. No, I don't got time for you, because they gave you back the same energy. And that's the problem that we got with people nowadays. And I've said it. I don't get tired of saying the same shit over and over. It's to the point where I'm supposed to be sitting here saying, no, man, you ain't supposed to be cursing, but shit, words come out. You just drop the bombs out of nowhere. Like, I'm sorry, I just messed up. If I had a swear jar, I couldn't even afford to pay that swear jar.
And that's not because you're stupid. It's because your environment is controlled by other people. When you let other people control your religion, control your money, your food, and at a certain degree, that goes for all of us. Really don't care what color you are, because there's a hierarchy.
I see, baby.
That's raining down on all of us. It's just different sectors as it's coming down. But as a whole, we're all victims. But I'm just speaking on what's going on and why. Because you got people that control the world that place these things in front of you and make you think that these things are worth something. You'll spend $800 on a regular fucking t-shirt, right? And go in the corner store and think that the one that's for $6 is lesser than the one for $800. That's a conditioning, bro. That shit really don't make no sense, to be honest. They put value on shit. And this is how you can be controlled through socialism, like socialism. Society will tell you, no, don't wear that. Wear this Gucci. Don't wear that. Wear this Prada. Like I seen some niggas clowning Akon because that's not a Dior. It didn't say Dior. It looked like it, but it didn't. But they clown. Oh, that's not Dior. Like, nigga, you hold Dior that high. We talking about people who will never buy from you. This is so insane. I salute.
Right. People are hooked on that brand called Shine, whatever it is. Like, they hooked on all these brands, but where you going? Like, come on, let's make it make sense. It's like the people that riot. They riot their own neighborhoods. They riot Black-owned stores, Hispanic-owned stores. Y'all are stealing from your own kind, from your own people. You are killing your own people.
Akon for wearing that shit, whether it was fake or not. So what do you determine what is real and what's fake? This movie will show you this is the blueprint to the stupidity of Black folks. This is the blueprint to our demise. This is the blueprint to our mindsets. But you have to understand, don't blame yourself, because we're not in control. See, that's the catch. You could be an ignorant ass person. You could be a stupid person. But when you're in a world full of people that's governing what you do, I can't blame you 100%. But at some point, you have to take your own responsibility too, once you find out what is going on. This is why I do these videos. They clone Tyrone is one of the, like, this is so in our face, bro. I want to, if you see this movie and you don't get nothing from it, then you're sleepwalking.
Yeah.
You what I call a lost soul. There's no help for you.
I just said it.
These people are literally using
Papa Duck.
Religion, money, food, beauty supplies. They using everything in music and everything else to control us. Watch the movie. Watch it when they was in the club, man. When they were playing the music, all the people got hypnotized, start running behind them. Watch it. They telling you, man, this is what we do. We're not studying white folk. We studying Black folks. And I honestly believe that whole thing about, Jamie Foxx was cloned. I think that just had to do with the PR work. But if you don't know what PR work, that's public relations. That's they marketing. They use PR, marketing and different things and strategies to promote certain things. That's just what I believe. Because like I say, with PR work, they fake all kind of shit. All you gotta do is hit the right, TMZs and this and that, and the story's gonna trickle down. They can get any story they want out there to make you believe that shit. It doesn't matter. And overnight. But anyway, They clone Tyrone. Make sure y'all watch that movie, man. And like I say, man, they putting it right in front of our faces. I mean, right in front of our faces, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? We can re-engineer anything can be re-engineered. Like we could take what they're doing and re-engineer it and use it back on them. But you must understand and you must come to some type of realization that something is wrong. And the biggest problem that's wrong is that we're so divided. That's our biggest problem.
And that's a fact. I agree 100% with Papa Duck right there. You know what's crazy? I played his video because I like how he breaks it down. Me, I go out here and just straight out the noggin. Sometimes, you know, you'll hear me stutter sometimes. 'Cause listen, I'm on YouTube. It's kind of hard when I've had to remove a couple of videos. Like the strikes are not easy to remove just because you said a certain thing or you showed a certain thing. But I'm still gonna come out here and speak my mind. I'm not gonna stop fighting. I've made my stand. The first stand I made was 5 years ago, and I'm gonna keep saying it because it's not something that I'm not ashamed of it. I'm actually proud that I actually did that. I'm actually happy that I did that because at the end of the day, I know there's parents out here that are scared. I just don't know why. Because we can fight the system without, you know, starting some crazy riot if we all come together. Listen, when they do these government shutdowns, right? They still making money. We're not. So what do you think is going to happen if we pull a U on them? And it's all of us coming together. Y'all telling me y'all can't hold off for a little while, not having, you know, making money, not going to work, not sending your child to school. Take away their funds so they don't take away your sons. But we're giving them their funds and they're taking away our sons. Not just our sons, our daughters, our grandmothers, our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, our homies. We're building caskets because we're killing each other. When is it that we're going to come together? And that's what I'm going to keep saying from now on. I'm tired of the toxic people. I'm tired of the negativity. We can come together. We can sit down and we can actually, even if, listen, I should be able to come to the table with somebody that doesn't even like me. Why? I don't know why you don't like me. But like back then, y'all want to talk about the early 1900s so much. And y'all want to talk about our ancestors. And y'all want to talk about these people that sacrificed their lives and everything, right? These people was able to come to the table and have a simple conversation with each other and not kill each other on that table to solve an issue. But it's gotten to the point where motherfuckers out here think they Don Corleone. They think that the Godfather of Harlem, the Godfather of Philadelphia, the Godfather of Ohio, the Godfather of Atlanta, the Godfather of Washington. Like, it's to that point where motherfuckers think they Godfathers. Like, nah, screw that. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Ask questions later. Like, come on, man. Back then, they used to have civil conversations. Now, I can't sit here and have respect for nobody because at the end of the day, we can't. We say something and right away, somehow, some reason, the shoe fits. You can't give an opinion without somebody feeling offended, without somebody defending. Like, common sense ain't common sense no more, y'all. I wrote this down. A negative mind will never give a positive light. Live without pretending, love without depending, listen without defending, speak without offending. Stop looking at all the negatives and start appreciating all the positives. What comes easy won't always. My bad. What comes easy won't always last, and what will always last won't come easy. There are those that have so much yet envy those that have very little. Having money in your pocket doesn't make you rich. The way you think or behave makes you poor. Sometimes the ones with empty pockets think the richest. Knowledge, wisdom gives you more. Nowadays, we live literal, no morals or respect, where we just expect. Today, we judge a book by its cover without reading its pages. I could never judge no one for their appearance or what they go through. Today we could be up, tomorrow we could be down. I believe money isn't important. That when ignorance takes over a person, it could ruin them. At times, we could be our own enemies. Always remember, you can stomp on something real small today, and tomorrow, the very same thing you stomped on can grow bigger than what you ever expected. Who are we to judge? But we live in a world where we're just judging. So, and it's crazy, like I said, when shit goes off, when shit hits the fan, we ain't gonna know what to do. And what's crazy is that if war came, we're more than ready. We're way more than ready, as much as we practice on top on each other. But when war comes, we need to aim at them and not each other. But I feel as though that when it does come, we're going to be aiming at each other and at them, when it shouldn't even be like that. Now I showed y'all this video before. I'm gonna show y'all these two videos and I'm gonna end this live, guys. Now Papa Duck share these videos and I want y'all to listen and I want to hear y'all opinions.
That these folks got coming on down the pipeline. That's on everybody. It is Dr. Tawana Worlds, and y'all already know what it is. I pull up for one of the two reasons. I'm either here on business or I'm here to share some bull that these folks got coming on down the pipeline that's going to negatively impact us and affect us. So I'm about to flip this camera around and I'm going to narrate their story. Because y'all know that saying, we all say they done effed around and found out. Well, according to them, millions are about to F around and find out. Y'all hold on, peep this out. Now, your girl ran this by y'all last month when they first started announcing it, because you know they can never attack us without telling us. That's just like you cannot smoke a pack of cigarettes without knowing the warning. That's just like you cannot go buy a Black and Mild or blunt wrap without knowing the warning. You cannot go pump gas without knowing the warning. You cannot go buy food without knowing the warning. Chemicals mixed in this food can cause cancer. Chemicals mixed in this petroleum or this gas can cause cancer, can cause reproductive system.
And she's speaking facts. So I want to let the video play because, like I said before, I ain't getting straight. So let's let the video play.
Issues, whatever, right? So experts issue urgent warning to anyone who has had in the last 2 years. Now, why are they issuing an urgent warning? I also told y'all to go Google it so that y'all can see that it was not satire news, that these people were actually issuing warnings of expiration. Then I showed y'all this article.
But the people was what? Too busy paying attention to the celebrities. They was too busy paying attention to the new stuff that was coming out, the name brands and all that, to the drama, all that. That's what they was paying attention to.
Blow it up. That only 1.7% of people that expired from this actually expired from the actual this. CDC's data shows 99% of recent, not past tense, recent.
Now, how many of y'all can tell me y'all paid attention and know the statistics on this?
Are not even primarily caused by the actual. So what did they die from? And if they did not.
Ain't that a good question?
Expire from the actual. Then why y'all issuing this alert right here? That a new one is coming. Your girl told you they was coming back with these lockdowns and what we needed to be doing before they came to this point. But a new one is coming and they claim millions more will expire. I don't know who the hell these millions is, but it is not Dr. T. And I dang on sure hope it ain't you. I'm almost certain this how they know.
Does anybody live in New York City and did you just have your house sprayed with pesticides?
And you know what's crazy? When I did the podcast a few years back with all the young bulls, my baby dad predicted all of this as being said. And there was people actually on the chat talking shit to him. Like, it's crazy it got to the point where the racism got pulled out. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I've never seen so many people talk like this. And this was really in the beginning of me starting all this. This was back in 2019. Like, yo, I was stuck on stupid on how people were ratchet in that chat, talking to them racist as shit. Like, you would have thought that we was back on in the time when, slavery existed. It was the first time I really kind of experienced that. And I'm like, wow, I can't really, I wouldn't have believed it, unless I experienced it, which I did. Like, that's some.
I was in my living room. My windows are open. These trucks come by. They're making these dystopian announcements. Run inside. Get inside.
The city is applying pesticides to reduce the threat of the West Nile virus.
What?
Closure to the pesticide, please. Go indoors immediately until the trucks have passed. The city is applying pesticides to reduce the threat of the West Nile virus.
This is the creepiest.
Closure to the pesticide, please. Go indoors.
Look at this.
I need y'all to be aware of what's going on.
Check this out. Beware of what's going on.
I've been having a real bad cough last Saturday, so it's been a whole week. I got rushed from the hospital to the hospital Tuesday from work because I couldn't stop coughing and my body wasn't getting enough oxygen. It's 5 other people with me with the same symptoms, y'all.
It's a lot of people. They saying that it's, but it is a plan.
They don't know what's going on with us. COVID test negative. Pneumonia test is negative. Maybe blue string of COVID. There's some other way to hospitals. Know what's going on.
And check this out. I wonder what they need all of these for.
Look at all these body bags in here. I don't know what they're getting ready for.
And turn the music off.
Now, I don't know if y'all see it, but I see it. It's like it's repeating itself all over again. Now, everything she's showing right here is the same thing that was happening back when? In 2019. I hope y'all woke.
So don't get the video blocked. I need to see a picture of the box up close to believe it. He said it was full of body bags, cadaver bags, adult plastic straight zip. Go to Google. What is a cadaver bag?
I'm hoping I don't get it, but for those of y'all that are stuck, yes. She is saying cadaver. She said cadaver, but I can't even say the way she said it.
There you go. There you go. Meanwhile, while they planning that,
look at
they
that.
also planning this.
For those of y'all that still are stuck, yes, the banks are going in bankruptcies. Everything is going down around us, and y'all are so focused. Let me put it like this: y'all are so far up these celebrities' asses. Like, if they are not regular human beings like me and you, like if they don't shit, eat, sleep, like talk, feel depressed, get happy, like me and you, like they don't fight, they don't argue and make up, like me and you. Only difference between them and us is the bag they carry. But if y'all wasn't so focused on that, y'all would know about this.
$1 billion bank terminating cash transactions in all branches in abrupt shift to digital only era. And everybody is just going digital. My question is, why aren't we in the digital space where we at least got a digital product, our products, our faceless YouTube channel, or something in the digital space that produces us passive income where we can get it rapidly and then take that digital dollars and turn it into physical assets and get the hell out of their system? You see it right here. AI will end education as we know it. Teachers are going bye-bye.
And I said this a while back. I was telling y'all about the teachers quitting their jobs and everything. Why shouldn't they? Listen, I'm not mad at the teachers that do quit because one, they're underpaid. Two, there is too much going on between these teachers and these students.
If everybody pay attention, the end of mankind is in the wait. Because all they doing is creating a world to where those going to be like Armageddon. It's going to be like a post-apocalyptic things going on where there's no apocalypse that ever happened except for the pandemic extradition. You see what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, when you really think about it, look at everything that's going on. The same thing I said years ago, all this has been planned since back decades ago. Now they just figured out a whole different way. Okay, they're using technology as their biggest weapon. They're using medicinal laws and medicinal outbursts and outuses to find a way to get their plan achieved. At the end of the day, they want to see the end result of all their plans. And what's their biggest plan? To minimize the population of the whole world, basically. They say there's too many people living in the world. How can you determine how many people is in the world that it doesn't make sense? Like, it just it's so frustrating.
That's why they hate Jane Elliott, because she's one of the white women that spoke on that, and she said it. She's like, the world is not overpopulated.
But if I think of this though, right? How do y'all sit back and determine who stays and who goes? Why can't y'all go and we stay? If that's the case, y'all want to be sitting there dictating on, this group of people or these people over here should go. How do y'all determine that? Y'all know gods, but yet y'all call us minorities and those people who take lives criminals. They call them devils. They call them this, that, and the third. Y'all the same devils in disguise. Y'all the biggest devils of all. Y'all got the biggest plan. Y'all the biggest criminals. Y'all the biggest gangsters. Every gangster don't need a gun to kill somebody. They say my mighty sword could be my pen. And y'all play that pen very well.
People just want to stay asleep. That's what it is. Then say, I know. I had a dream.
Police are going bye-bye. They got a new robot police in New York, and if you harm it,
y'all heard me say that earlier.
And that's true. And if you harm it, like she about to tell y'all, if y'all harm it, it just be like harming an actual police officer person.
while it's recording you, you will be charged for assaulting an officer. I mean, a robot. And let's not forget what he said. Let me run this back.
The third way we think CBDC can improve financial inclusion.
Digital currency. Everybody digital.
What we call programmability. That is, CBDC can allow government agencies and private sector players to program, to create smart contracts, to allow targeted policy.
So if y'all didn't pay attention to the 7 lives that we had on AI robots and what's coming, y'all need to go watch it now. If y'all not subbed up to this channel or subbed up to my main page, y'all should subbed up, because I told y'all I'm not going to be on here as much as I used to, but when I do get on here, we're going to talk about it all.
Functions. For example, welfare payment. For example, consumption coupon. For example, food stamp. By programming CBDC, those money can be precisely targeted for what kind of people can own and what kind of use this money can be utilized.
I done heard and seen enough of that, because now I want to tell y'all what we can be doing in the digital space.
All right, to go check her out, go check Papa Duck. He has uploaded her videos. I'm not sure if she's on YouTube. I think she's on Facebook or Instagram. So don't get me to lie. Go sub up to Papa Duck if you want to find out more about her. So on that, we're going to show you the last video of the day. And it is on Papa Duck's channel. So basically, these are things that are happening around us, and I love the way Papa Duck breaks down certain things.
That girl, Dr. Tawana World's coming by here doing a quick pop in, but I'm here to serve a dual purpose on my quick drive-by. Normally, I come in here first and foremost, allowing y'all to see what these cats is out here doing. And I am going to share some very urgent information that I believe we all need to be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
That is my due diligence. That is my mission. That is my assignment. However, I am here solely for this reason and this reason alone. About 3.5 weeks ago, my niece was crossing the street from getting her something to eat. And some dude going down the road, 80 miles per hour, hit her and killed her and kept going. Now, this dude was found and he was questioned and detained, but he was never booked and he is out on the streets. So now we got to fight for justice in that sense. She also was a victims of crime, which means when you are a victim of crime, the city usually pay for the funeral and all of that other stuff. However, because she was in what they call a gang-infested, drug-infested, the hood, they will not pay for the funeral. Same.
It's crazy, right? How I noticed that when it comes to the resources, as a block captain, I do notice that because of our neighborhood,
whatever zip code you live in got to be the right one, or you don't get no assistance.
Yep.
Plain and simple. There's no other way to put it. No way to sugarcoat it or try to say it. If you don't live in the right area code with the right complexion, your help is very slim. It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
But
so we got to figure out the way to find the needle. And I tell everybody, don't try to go through the haystack. Just burn it.
We have. But you know what our problem is? I'm sorry to say it, whether you black or you Hispanic, our problem is that we've gotten so lazy. Going to these meetings, it has taught me that we're the only ones. Because you go to the rich neighborhoods, you know what happens? There are certain black people there. There's certain Hispanics in there that have moved from here over there. But you know what they do over there in the neighborhoods? They all sit there, and you know what you'll call Karens? They all act like Karens to get the resources that they want. And they'll get it. But us in the urban community think that we're the shit. We think we're the ones that we got it like that. Oh, we cannot sit here and cry on the phone and pretend like, oh my God, this is happening. We need this now. We need it. No, we can't. We can't. It's like y'all have a problem sitting here, all of y'all coming together, grabbing your phones and saying, yo, look, listen, we need speed bumps. That we're tired of the accidents, the kids, you know, this, blah, blah. I could just keep going. We need recycle bins. We need this. We see the cameras out there, right? Did we ask for any of these cameras in these corners? But yet they can't catch a robber to save their lives. Because there are cameras. If y'all haven't noticed, there's cameras in each and every one of these fucking corners. If you live in here in Philadelphia, peep at the corners on the top of the poles. There's cameras everywhere. They could put them there, right? And allegedly, right? Me speaking about the school cameras, trying to get cameras in our schools. You know what I was told? They cost too much. But it don't cost too much to put these cameras out here in these poles, as I've noticed. But it costs too much for the government to put cameras in each classroom. Each classroom. They don't have the resources for it. But they got the resources to send money out to Ukraine. They got the resources to send money to all these third world countries. But they don't got the resources for us, like me, a black captain, to ask for certain things for our communities to be safer. We asked for them to have more policemen out here so that they could patrol music, the disturbance of the community. Elderly people out here with peacemakers and stuff like that. Like, come on, kids going to school on the weekdays. Like I told y'all, parents complaining about their kids being in the corners. Like, I don't know. I've said it myself. Back then, when there was these people that were in these corners hustling and doing this, they did not have no 8-year-old in the motherfucking corner selling drugs. I don't care what nobody says. I know what I grew up watching. I know what I grew up seeing. These niggas cannot say I'm a hustler, I'm a gangster. You can't be a hustler if you sitting here smoking your own product, using your own product. Come on, let's make it. None of this shit. Like everybody's out here. How can I say it? Living without no logic. Because common sense doesn't make common sense no more, yo. Y'all want all this to stop, but y'all the ones that these kids look up to. It's like Papa Duck says. These kids are mimicking. And like I've said before, we're not born knowing how to cheat, lie, steal, kill, and do all this shit that we're doing right now. This is taught onto us. And what's crazy is, can't nobody break the cycle. Can't nobody break free from the chains of society and be who they're meant to be. And those that have broken free from it, shout out to them. All I'm saying is, I'm breaking free. That's crazy because, listen, even the jobs that we're working, I tried it. I've said it. I've tried that 9 to 5. I can't be with that 9 to 5. They got too many. Like, listen, working in the restaurant, in the food business, working for these other businesses, these LLCs and stuff like that, they go against everything I believe in. Everything. I don't like it. And it's crazy that Papa Duck says you either join them or fight them. And a lot of people ain't fighting them, they're joining them. Jennifer Lewis said it best, and I don't get tired of saying it. You take away their funds before they take away your sons. And I have a question for everybody. Even with y'all being warned, right? Even with y'all being warned, when this government shutdown does happen, y'all do know that it's going to affect the welfare. It's going to affect the SSI. It's going to affect the unemployment, right? For all of y'all that's going to think there's going to be like the pandemic. Remember when the pandemic first happened, Trump was first in office. Trump gave out all this free money to everybody, and that's why it was a little easy. So who came in office? For all those that are defending this, listen, man, I'm trying to figure this. You know what? I'm going to just keep it to myself before I get another straight. Because every time I speak on him, y'all know who I'm talking about. The man that still lives in his mama's basement. Like, y'all all that believed in him, he screwed us over. I said, yo, this nigga wants us to travel back in time. And right now, that's how we're living. We're traveling back in time. Because at least, listen, y'all talk about Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X. Y'all talk about our ancestors. Y'all talk about the tribes, all this. Y'all talk about all this, right? But how many of y'all really are willing to make a stand? Like I said before, Jennifer Lewis said, take away their funds before they take away your sons. But let me ask you this one question. Why are we still giving them our funds? Why are we so scared to boycott? Why are we so scared to boycott? I'm not talking about protesting. I'm not talking about rioting. Like when it comes to these schools, I've asked a lot of people, yo, if push comes to shove, if we've had to take all our kids out at the same time, would y'all do it? No. I can't sit here. They got to go to school. That's all I keep hearing. But y'all not worrying about the shit that y'all talk about, right? Y'all worrying about y'all kids being in school. Y'all worrying about y'all kids being depressed. Y'all worrying about the stuff that's being put in their heads. But y'all letting it happen. I don't see a lot of y'all parents fighting. I don't see a lot of y'all. Shout out to those that are. But there's a few that are fighting. Not enough. Y'all talk all this shit, but y'all letting it happen. And it's crazy because y'all say, Ray, how do you do this? How do y'all do that? I'm telling y'all. I told y'all how to do it. Same thing with, one neighbor in my neighborhood. Every time I tell her, go to the meeting, goes to the meetings. It's to the point where when she pulled the dumb shit that she did, I said, fuck it. You're not going to sit here and keep trying to manipulate me and use me and do this and do that to get whatever it is that you want. Because at the end of the day, I stand for something. Have all the neighbors fighting and come to find out at the end, it was one neighbor. And they say they need this, they need that. No, go to the meetings. Because as a block captain, I still have to wait. I'm fighting, yes, but it doesn't work like that unless I got people right there next to me. And that's why I always say I'm not looking for followers. I don't need followers. We need more leaders, and we need them to stand up now. Because at the end of the day, our kids are really the target. Us grown-ups, listen, I don't know what we doing and what we thinking about. Yes, I said that earlier. We are the laziest. When it comes to the urban community, we are the laziest. We don't want to work. We want to depend on welfare. We want to depend on SSI. We want to depend on the Social Security. Like, this shit is crazy. I've seen it. That's why I say, yo, y'all talk so much about the white man, but we're racist amongst each other. Real shit. We're the first racist motherfuckers out here because we're racist amongst each other. We fight each other. We kill each other. We talk about each other. We steal from each other. We riot in our own communities, shutting down our own businesses, taking away from our kids' mouths. First ones to do it. And y'all want to call yourselves leaders. Y'all tell me how. Y'all get mad when a celebrity makes it and doesn't want to come back to the hood. But look at us. Acting like savages. Yes, we do hold ourselves down. And that's a fact. And I don't get tired of saying it. People gonna get hurt. People gonna get mad about what I've said today. But at the end of the day, I'm tired of it. Y'all do too much talking and ain't none of y'all fucking standing up. Y'all nothing more than just cowards. P-U-S-S-Y's. I'm sorry to say it. Y'all won't stand up when y'all have to. I had to spell it out. Oh, damn, I spelled it wrong still. I was trying to spell it. That's because I was going too fast. I ain't ashamed. I don't care. I went too fast and spelled the John too wrong. Yo. So, but y'all get my point, man. They don't like the truth. People can't handle the truth. And Lil Boozy said it in a fucking song before. Like, hold on, let me see. No, let's let her play real quick, and then I'll play that as a and then Lil Boozy. But I'm not lying. Like, yo, I don't understand nobody at all. Too lazy. They want everything given to them, but y'all don't see what's happening. Y'all waiting for it to be given to us. Why is it that when all the Mexicans wanted something, right? They all came together, right? And they didn't how can I say, they didn't protest, or how can I say riot or do none of that. They boycotted. They all got together, the Mexicans, the Asians, everybody that was an immigrant got together, and they stopped working. And they got what they wanted. But us, we're scared to go without a paycheck. We're scared to go out with I don't know what, because it's like, y'all don't know how to use your hands. Can't half of y'all listen. We should know how to farm by now. And by me saying that is, we should know how to garden by now. By me saying that is, if you can't plant a seed and grow it within a couple months, something's wrong. You haven't been paying attention. You've been asleep. And where you need to be at is in that bed. Because, yo, what is y'all so scared of? Taco, can't nobody answer the question. Like, I know that they're lazy. One of the reasons why they won't make that stand, but they talk so much. But when it's time to stand up, nobody stands up. It's too much blah, blah, blah. It's like I can't get a perfect excuse in my mind to even cover up for them. Real shit. Nothing makes sense.
And that it could have been suicide because of the conditions that she was, living in the area of. Stupid. Something I ain't never heard before, but this is how they feel about us. And lastly, my sister, like many of our family members, siblings, they don't want to hear a damn thing that we got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Nor do they believe half of the stuff we say. But then it be us that they come back to in the time of need.
Facts. That's why I had mentioned the block captain situation. It's crazy how, like I said, 1 or 2 neighbors in this damn community only cares about parties, about, having fun, about this, instead of caring about getting the resources in our community. And what's crazy is this one bad apple tries to turn every other apple that's good into a bad apple.
And being that I have put 2 children in the ground, that's my sole purpose, is to help, since I'm in a position to do so, get your baby in the ground so that you can start to try to live your life after your child's death and figure out how to move forward with taking care of her child. So that is why I'm here. Now that I have said that, the dual purpose that I'm going to serve is for those who emailed me, sent me a voice message, a text message, even 2 days ago, asking me from the last promo, is it too late to get in? Here's your shot. I'm going to serve y'all, and I'm going to serve my sister with this one. But before I get to telling you what offers I have, what solutions I have, let me show you what the devil himself in the flesh is out here deviling and doing. Hold on. Now, I have had to turn the volume down on this. I'm going to let you read the text. If you have to pause it to read exactly what he say, please do that. But I am going to pause it at the meat of the message that I want you to understand what he's saying, if that makes sense, okay? They came for your girl. They went years back and said that they were deleting and removing my videos because they violated cybersecurity. So also my Rumble link gonna be in this description. Y'all gonna follow me over there because these people will never silence me. And then over there, I'm at liberty to share everything without no muting, without no being discreet. So y'all make sure y'all follow me on Rumble too, because it's going down. They not gonna never silence this voice.
I understand where she's coming from because, listen, when you get on social media, you have to watch what you say and how you say it, and you have to disguise certain words. And listen, you have to be very discreet and in the hopes that the people that are watching you understand what you're saying and where you're coming from, and there'll be no misunderstandings because YouTube will strike you in a heartbeat, yo. I had to learn the hard way. I don't know how my channels I've managed to save them to this, this long, but I've done it. Like, shout out to the people that have tried to help me, the meal ticket and everybody else. Like, shout out to them because they have really helped me.
Here we go. Pause it right there. That right there. We need more money to plan for the second. Because there's gonna be another.
So I'm gonna put that right there, right? So for y'all to check the rest of this video, go check out Papa Duck. And I hope that y'all can see that. I'm gonna make it the screen a little bigger. In the hopes that y'all can see that. But see, that's what's happening right now. I don't know what y'all gonna do when we end up with no money in our pockets because they're out there giving it out to third world countries. But right now we need these resources. And not enough people are speaking up. I don't know what y'all gonna do. But me, I'm standing up. Me, I've already made my stand. Me, I'm speaking out. Me, I'm speaking up. You, I don't know what y'all doing. You, I don't know what your next step is. But y'all need to get it together and realize that the only way we're going to win this war is if we get our shit together and fight back. Because right now, I don't know about y'all, I'm seeing us being in the middle of an experiment because we don't want to get ourselves up. We don't want to get our shit together. We want to wait for somebody to give us and hand everything to us. Stop being lazy. Like I said in one of my lives, I feel as though, and it wasn't even one of my lives. I think it was, I had to cut one of the lives from my main page. I had cut it and put the video on here, right? And I said it. Like I asked, do y'all believe that young people should get up and work instead of collecting, supplemental checks? And I feel as though that we need to get up and work, get that money, save it, do what we got to do, start owning some lands. And I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying it. We need to get our shit together. Like, as y'all can see, like, even I'm ready for whatever happens. If there's a plan coming up, I'm ready. Listen, we got logos, we got shirts, everything. But what's crazy is, right, it's gonna be hard for us to sell here in America. We have to sell out. Like when the first time it happened, I was selling out. Canada, UK, Brazil, Japan, China. That's what I was able to sell shirts and stuff to. Like now, here around me, I'm not gonna be able to. You wanna know why? Because we're gonna be without no money, and a lot of the people around us depend on welfare. A lot of the people around us depend on Social Security and SSI. Like I said, this is gonna get to the point where people are gonna start fighting each other and rioting again. Not just so long ago here in Philadelphia, dumb motherfuckers was just rioting liquor stores, pharmacies, Walmarts, and shit like that. That to the point where they had a lot of liquor stores shut down. So listen, and Anita Sweet she's speaking facts. Nobody wants to stand up because we hold ourselves down. People don't like the truth, and it's true. That's why I said I'm gonna leave this to the end. Guys, this is all the time that I got. I don't plan on doing no 2-3 hours today, and I'm almost at 2 hours already. So let me put this song on, and this is what I'm going to end the live with. I hope that y'all enjoy the live. I hope that y'all understand where I'm coming from. Those of you that have come in, listen, man, hit the like button, share, help a shorty, bring awareness, and let's talk about it. Let's build. Let's do this. So, like I said, this song right here that Boozy sang years back, it speaks a lot. People don't want to pay attention. Thank you, Anita Sweet. Thank you. So I'm going to end this live with this video, and I hope, I hear for those of y'all that catch the replay, let me know what y'all think. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me hear y'all opinions. We're not here to judge. We're here to build. All right, y'all. So I'm going to see y'all next weekend, and I hope that y'all do enjoy the live, y'all.